What's up YouTube, I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, compare games from tabletop to video games. And today we're going to be actually learning how to play the Digimon card game because last video we bought a booster box and we decided to open it out. So now we have a few cards to play with, but we don't know how to actually play. So one way to actually learn is actually Bandai's Digimon tutorial app. So we're going to be using that and see if we can actually learn how to play the game proper by just using this app. So with that being said, let's get started. And here is the Digimon tutorial app. As you can see, it's definitely well made and definitely recommend people to actually download it if you actually want to learn how to play this game. So let's get to it. Okay, so when you start it, you see that we have two tutorials. The first one over here, tutorial 1, is going to show us how to digivolve and how to pretty much start the phases and how to start the actual game, while tutorial 2 is going to teach us more about battling and what is the win condition of this game. Then later on, we do have some decks to actually playtest with, so that I thought was a very good added to it. But we won't be looking into these. We're just going to focus on how to actually play the game. If you definitely want me to make another video of the playtesting of the structure decks, you could definitely comment it in the video and I'll be doing it. So let's begin tutorial 1. And remember, if you guys enjoyed today's video, like and subscribe, and I'm definitely going to be making more Digimon videos onto the channel. So let's see. Okay, tutorial 1. Okay, so starting the turn. Now I just skip that, but it's just you draw every time you start your turn, except if you're starting first, like most TCG games. Okay, then we have in the draw, you draw a card. Yeah, exactly what I just said. Okay, we have the breeding phase. Okay, so it goes draw phase, breeding phase, then main phase. Okay, so in the breeding phase, these are the options that you could do, and you can only choose to do one of these options. So during the breeding phase, you can do one of the following. Place one card from your Digi-Egg deck face up in the breeding area. This is called hatching a Digi-Egg. Move a level 3 or higher Digimon from the breeding area to the battle area, or do nothing. So you can only choose one of these options to do. Okay. So let's see. So this time let's hatch a Digi-Egg. Place a Digi-Egg card from the Digi-Egg deck face up. Okay, that we're going to do. So one thing I want to point out is that there's a few things that it doesn't say, and that is your deck over here has to be 50 cards, and exactly 50 cards. The Digi-Eggs, you allow up to 5 Digi-Eggs. Okay, so you could have 5 or you could have 4 or less, up to you. And also, before you draw, you place the security stack first. So you put the 5 cards onto the security stack and then you draw your 5 cards. So first, for the breeding phase, we're going to hatch. So we hatch level 2. Okay, if you later digivolve them to a level 3 or higher, you can move them to the battle area during the breeding phase. So you're going to do one option again. So either hatching, bringing them out to the battle area, or do nothing. So if you decide to hatch and digivolve, you cannot bring it out. And digivolving is only during the main phase. So digivolving a Digimon causes it to become a level higher than it was. Let's digivolve Koromon in the breeding area. The digivolution condition of the level 3 Agumon in your hand are that it must be a digivolve onto a level 2 Digimon. It has a memory cost of 0. Koromon is a red and level 2, so it meets those conditions. So as we can see over here, it says level 2 red, 0 cost. So we could just play our Agumon just like that. There we go. Alright, take the Agumon in your hand and place it on top of Koromon like we just did. When you do, you get to draw one card from your deck as a Digivolution bonus, which I think is actually amazing that every time you Digivolve, you get to draw a card. Try playing a Virumon in your hand. In order to play a Digimon, to have to pay its play cost. So play cost is very different than the Digivolution cost there that we just did, because the play cost at the top over here is it's a level 3 Virumon and the pay cost is 2. So we could just play it without digivolving it. And you see over here the Digivolution cost is 0. Okay, so in your hand in the battle area, and pay its play cost of 2. In order to pay memory cost, you have to have moved the memory counter that many spaces away from your side of the memory gouge. Okay, so we're going to go and do that. So as we pull it up, you clearly see over here that it switches 0 into 2. So just like that, you play the Digimon. Okay, Digimon played from your hand, can't attack that turn. Okay, so it gets suspended. Well, not really necessarily suspended, but yeah, you won't be able to attack with it or do anything. Your turn ends if the memory counter moves to the 1 or higher on your opponent's side of the memory gouge, which is actually wrong. It's if you pass 0. Because if you say if it moves to the 1 or higher, oh no, that actually makes sense. If it moves to 1 or higher, then it passes. So if it passes to 0, pretty much it's your opponent's turn. So then if we actually look at our opponent's turn, he breeds or hatches the Digi-Egg, okay, and he's playing, okay. So now on our side we have 3, so perfect. Breeding phase, okay, try moving, okay. So breeding phase, we do one of the options, we could do nothing, we could pull him out, but we can't Digi hatch since we already have a Digimon. So that's the only thing, is that you can only Digi hatch one at a time. There is no memory cost for moving a Digimon from the breeding area. Moving Digimon in this way does not count as playing them. So Digimon you move can attack that turn. Digimon moved to the battle area can't be returned to the breeding area. Okay. Okay, let's Digivolve. Okay. So let's see. Digivolve again. We're going to draw another card. There we go. So, okay, in hand, place it on top. Okay, then pay the required memory cost. Draw 1 as a Digivolution bonus, and Digivolution is completed. Digivolutions doesn't count as playing the card. Okay, so the Digivolved card can attack that turn. However, if you play a Digimon from your hand, then Digivolve that card, it still can't attack that turn. Okay, so that is cleared. Okay. So that is pretty much just the basis of it. Looks simple, honestly. Then we have tutorial 2. So tutorial 2 is definitely going to show more detail of how to actually win the game and what is the point of actually the game mechanic of this card game. So we're going to actually learn. So in this tutorial, we'll be going over the basics of battle. Okay, victory condition, get rid of all cards your opponent's security stack. In your opponent's security stack, then attack them directly. That's what you should be aiming to do in your battles. Okay. Very interesting. Now then, it's time to attack your opponent. You can attack by taking one of your upright or unsuspended cards and rotating it sideways so that it is suspended. Suspend your Agumon card to declare an attack. So this is very similar to Magic, that you tap a creature to declare an attack, but also you could tap the creature for abilities as well. So Digimon pretty much following that route when it comes to tapping your cards, but they're calling it suspending. Okay. Okay, you can attack your opponent or any of their suspended Digimon. Right now, your opponent doesn't have any suspended Digimon, so you'll attack your opponent. Okay, cool. So we attack them directly. If they want me to attack, there we go. Okay. When you attack a player, you perform a check on one of these security cards. The card you revealed was Hammer Spark, an optional card. Okay. So when a card with a security effect is revealed by a security check, the effect is activated. Hammer Spark, security effect is gain 2 memory, so the memory counter will be moved 2 spaces to the right. Okay, so that's going to pass my turn since it passes 0. Okay, if the memory counter moves to 1 or higher on your opponent's side of the memory gouge, it will become their turn once the attack is over. Okay, so you could actually not even complete your whole main phase and have it like switch, and that will kind of screw you over a bit, but that's okay. So let's see what our opponent's going to do. Are they going to attack? Okay, time to block. One of your opponent's attacking blocking is defending against your opponent's attack with a Digimon that has the blocker skill. Okay, so we have to suspend it to block. That's what it does. So if we actually just take a closer look, it actually says blocking right over here. Okay, and the ability literally says when your opponent Digimon attacks, you may suspend this Digimon to force your opponent to attack it instead. Okay, very nice. So we're going to do that. Okay, now they're going to attack us directly, so we're going to lose our security card. When a Digimon is revealed from the security stack, it becomes a security Digimon. Okay, kind of just fast forward that because what it does is it battles with the other Digimon. So as you see here, it battles. So if they are a tie, then they both get sent to the trash. If my security Digimon is higher though, then his Digimon would be sent to the trash. So it's kind of like a big gamble. So you definitely want to attack directly with higher Digimon so you won't lose. Well, your Digimon won't die as soon as it attacks a high security. Because imagine if it was a Mega Digimon. So that's going to be an issue. So let's hatch. Okay, so breeding phase first. Well, draw phase, breeding phase. Now we're going to go into the main phase where we can actually do our plays. Or even right over here we have Metal Greymon. That's 7,000. Okay, so if we actually go and had that as a security Digimon, then his Digimon would have died right away. So Digivolve Beermon to Birdramon. Okay, we could do that. We're still in main phase. And one thing that I like about main phase is that you could actually attack, Digivolve, and attack, and you could do so many plays all in the main phase. Okay, so now we're using optional cards. Okay, in order to use an option card, you must have at least one Digimon of the same color or one tamer of the same color in either your battle area or breeding area. Okay, that's not so bad. So since we have both, that's perfect. So we just get to play, and as you can see, our gauge has went down. We build a Shadow Ring in your hand, then pay the memory cost of 1. Its main effect is one of your Digimon gets 3,000. Okay. So Agumon is going to be 5,000. Very simple. Okay, so definitely we're going to attack a suspended Digimon now. So we're going to attack this. Okay, if you attack another Digimon, as long as you aren't blocking by one of your opponent's other Digimon, the two Digimon will do battle. Okay. So we win because we were higher by 1,000. Alright, Digivolve. Okay, Agumon into Greymon. You see, like I said, you could attack, Digivolve, do anything you like during your main phase. The only thing is that since your Digimon is suspended already, the Digivolve Digimon is going to be suspended as well. So these effects can't be activated when they're on the field. Okay, inherence, okay. As the Digimon card can only be activated when the Digimon becomes a Digivolve card. Okay, so let's see if we can actually show this. Okay, that's where it says suspended. Okay, now we have tamers. Okay, so let's see. No, we can't take a good look at it. But on the card, it says at the bottom where it says the inherent effects, and those are only applied to the Digimon that's on top of them when you Digivolve. So reveal tie in your hand, then pay its play cost. Now because of its effect, all your Digimon gets an additional 1,000 DP, which is the attack. Okay. Okay, so tamer cards can't attack or block, but they can't be attacked by Digimon either. Also, if you have several copies of the same tamer in play, the effects stacked. Okay, so that's good to know. So they're pretty much like field spells. Like if you're comparing it to like Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay. Very nice. And you allow as many tamers as you want too. So that's good. Okay, now they're... Do we block? Yeah, we're going to block. Why not? We don't care. Okay, so we die because we had lore. Now, his guy is going to attack. Okay, not an issue. Okay, so Greymon. So you're going to see exactly, since they are tied, they both get destroyed. And also, if mine was actually higher by even 1,000 DP, then his would have died. So you definitely want to attack with your highest Digimon with the highest DP, unless if you have a strategy that you just want to get rid of the security stack, because technically, if you had, let's say, 6 Digimon with only 1,000 DP, you can actually win the game just by attacking with all 6 directly. And you won't care if they die, because as long as you get one attack directly when they don't have security, you win. So this turn, you can't do anything during the breeding phase, so move. Okay, so we're going to move to the main. Well, technically we couldn't move Birdmon, but okay. So choose not to do anything. Digivolve Greymon into Metal Greymon. Nice. Okay, we got that. Okay. Now we're going to attack with Metal Greymon, so we're going to attack directly. Okay. Oh, so the blocking. Okay, so it's not suspended. It's just they can't attack. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Alright, when you pass your turn, the memory counter moves to 3 on your opponent's side of the memory gouge. So that's interesting, is that if you pass even at 0, your opponent gets 3 memory. Okay, just not when you're starting the game though. If you're starting first, you start at 0. Okay, so they're going to be digivolving past the 0. Okay, very nice. Okay. Okay, so we have that. Okay, he gains 1,000. Okay, breeding. So I guess now we're going to actually move it up. So right there, main phase. Okay. So we could attack our opponent if it wants to attack. There we go. So using the effect of security attack, you can perform checks on 2 of your opponent's security cards. Very nice. Okay. So that dies. Perfect. And now our guy died. Exactly. Okay. Okay. So if a Digimon you're attacking with is deleted or returned to the hand in the middle of a check, the check ends there. A check will also end if your opponent has no security cards left. Okay. Okay, now we can attack directly since they have 0, and that's how you win the game. Okay, if you land an attack on your opponent when they have no security cards left, you win the game. So congratulations, you won. Very nice. And that's it on our tutorial of how to play Digimon the card game. Now definitely there is a few things missing in this app, but just to know the basis of this card game, it's actually quite good and very fast to actually learn the game with. So definitely I recommend, if you guys want to learn how to play the game firsthand, you could definitely download this app. And also there is a few structure decks to actually play test with, so you could get more comfortable with the actual game, which I actually do really appreciate. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's episode, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. And if you guys want to see a sneak peek of future products we're planning to review on this channel, you can follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.